Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Today with us, we have the president of the American Building Materials Alliance, Joe Cecarelli of Hood Distribution in Durham, Connecticut. Thank you for being with us today, Joe.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's an honor and a privilege.
Absolutely. So we will get right into it. So the question we've been asking all of the committee first is, how did you get involved in the lumber and building materials industry?
Well, my involvement started through the family business way back when in the early 50s. My first job was weighing up nails when they came in wooden kegs years ago. And then through the transition of, being part of the family business and working through it, as I got older and more reliable, my responsibilities changed. The taller I got, the bigger the trucks got, so I could see over the dashboards of the delivery vehicles. But it's been an industry that basically some people and my friends will say that I was born into and have sawdust in my blood. It's been an industry that I've stayed with and have been actively in earning a living for probably the last 46, 47 years.
Excellent. So just like so many people in our industry, you're closely connected to it because of, being brought up from it through family as a young kid and growing through the ranks and, starting from the bottom and building up. And I think that's really something to show for yourself.
And one of the things that I've become very passionate about over the years is what the industry really does and what it provides as far as being the common thread in the fabric of this great country. Not only providing housing, but providing jobs and being the main thrust in the gear that moves, the American economy year in and year out. And that kind of passion and dedication is shared by a lot of other members of our organization and members in the industry and stuff. It's a family business. For me, presently working for Hood Distribution, the Hood family is probably 2,000 people. Our Durham location has 20 people here. We service 3 or 4 states out of here. It's been a wonderful experience for me individually, growing up in the industry through the years. And one of the things that I've learned and have become pretty involved with on the political side of things is not only state, but now federal legislation for the benefit of not only our industry, but for small related businesses like ourselves. It's something that for me, looking at issue-wise, if one of us has an issue, we all have an issue. It doesn't matter what state we're from, what town we're from, what county we're from. If one of our members has a problem, we all have the same related problem.
Thank you, Joe. And with that, we'll start going into the next question, which you sort of already touched upon. But it was, tell me a little bit about Hood Distribution. Tell me about the company you're currently working for.
Hood Distribution has quite a few different locations and divisions of the company. We have Hood Industries for distribution. We have some packaging companies. We have some related manufacturing as far as plywood and hardwoods go. Probably about, I'd say, probably over 100 different divisions or locations, and probably close to 2,000 employees total. We've been in the business since men were cutting down trees, if you want to call it. But it's a group of people that are very dedicated to providing a service of quality product and quality service to an industry that we all love.
And Joe, what is your position for Hood?
I currently in Durham serve as inside sales and back up 2 of the road salesmen and have customers in 3 or 4 different states. I also take care of a lot of the Eastern White Pine buying and a little bit of the engineered LVL purchasing and such.
Great, thank you. So then with that, we'll move on to our last question for everyone, which is, the big ABMA related question. And that is, what do you think is one of the most important issues for ABMA to tackle?
One of the biggest issues that I think we have to immediately address is looking at the workforce development program. We've been doing that successfully through all of our state and locals, but we really have to look at doing it on a federal level with the Build Back Better program and involving ourselves and trying to push that across the goal line because in this industry, people are our most valued commodity. And quite frankly, trying to get people into the industry has been something that we've all worked towards. And it quite doesn't matter what the position is. It means to us that anyone coming into the industry has an opportunity to grow within it. And we're looking to try and pull younger people into this industry, which quite frankly has a variety of different jobs, different opportunities, and someone can make a life career in this industry. With that said, looking at the problems that workforce development has had, we have to look at it not only from the standpoint on a federal, but feed it down to a state and local level and have to start working with a lot of the technical schools and colleges in the area as far as the opportunities that the industry does afford younger people today. One of the things that I really feel so good about is the fact that we have such a movement in the industry for the betterment of the economy itself, for our industry itself, and a lot of the related affiliates that we have. It boils down to, we don't stop in Washington, but we take that message from Washington down to the home offices and on the state and local level. And on the state and local level, those federal senators and congressmen share that with representatives and congressmen in the state, saying, here's some of the things that we're looking at, here's some of the things we recognize for your state. And that in itself trickles down to our local economies. And that's where it really comes down to, is this industry is nothing more than Main Street USA. We have been the mainstay, okay, for years and years, okay, as far as communities being built around the lumberyard. We've been the driving force in developing and helping communities as far as their growth. And if we can't have what we're doing on a federal level trickle down to basically the end users and the communities that we live in and service, then that's what has to be done. That's the real meaning of what being truly represented legislatively means. It doesn't stop at a federal level in Washington. It goes right down to when you see one of your legislators in the grocery store, being able to talk about an issue, being able to bring up an issue, being able to thank them for something that they became involved with. And it feeds itself all the way back up. And that's what the beauty of the ABMA is. We have dedicated ourselves to being a grassroots, pick up the phone, call me if you have a problem. And that's the kind of organization there is. We are not a very layered organization. We're very hands-on. And that's where our growth is going to come from. And I urge anyone that's out there today that wants to join or feels that they need to pick up the phone and share an issue with us, please do. It doesn't matter whether you're a member or not. You're a part of this industry and this family. And that's what it comes down to. And that's what true representation means to me and the directors of the ABMA.
Thank you very much, Joe. I think that was excellent. I really think you hit the nail on the head with what our industry is, which is family, a sense of home ownership, and as you say, a common thread, that really ties together the citizens of this country. So with that, ABMA will certainly be focusing on workforce development as a top priority, and we will be doing so next week, actually, April 4th through 8th, at our first ever virtual ABMA Advocacy Week, which we look forward to. So thank you again, Joe, for being with us today. Appreciate your time.
Thank you again. It's been my honor, my pleasure to serve our membership. Thanks so much. Take care.
Yes, have a great day. Bye.
Bye.